What's up? What's going on? Just doing some embroidery. What's going on? Appreciate it. Let me try to adjust this a little bit. Right there, we good? Looks good. Yeah, we're doing some caps. On the MT 1501. I just finished this one. Can you pick it up? Y'all saw that post on Instagram. We just did this one. They wanted it to match their shoes. The last time I did this, oh man, you see that? That's all orders right there. I'm up to here right now. Swamped. I just did this. 4 of these big ones. This one right here took about 3 hours to do this one. This one. I'm gonna hoop one. I'm gonna show you. So this is where I have my little John, what's going on? Just bought the Air Cricket 2 today and going to start. Hey, that's how hey, the Tootsie presses are good. Yep, make it happen. That's all you gotta do. So I've been trying to make a video. I have a couple videos in the shoot. Right now I just haven't. You guys see if y'all watch my YouTube stories or Instagram, I'm always here. What's up, Dad? What's going on? Hi from Ireland. Thanks for stopping by. What is the minimum order? I take one, but just know for your first initial order, you got to pay for the digitizing. So like this guy, he had already bought some in the past, bought some caps, and so he already had it digitizing. So he bought his own cap and then just paid to get it embroidered on there. I think we charged him like $7 or $8 to put it on there. But he already has the file digitized. So whenever he comes in, all I gotta do is he just comes in. They just come in. They tell me what color they want, and then we just program it to stitch whatever color they want. You know what I mean? Danny, this is a good one. You know what I mean? But you don't have to get the 1501. They have the MT 1010. You can start with that one. It doesn't have 15 needles like this one. You can get the 10 needle or whatever else Racoma has to offer. So I'm using Richardson hats. A lot of people say they have problems doing embroidery on Richardson hats. I haven't had that problem yet. When I have had the problem, it was due to me moving the needle too far down and it breaking. If something happens like that. And if you go too far down and it hits this right here, it hits this. If you go too far down and it hits this, you're not gonna be able to fix it. So it's a waste. You know what I mean? So in all, if you know how to use this, at first I didn't. You know what I mean? I would line up the cap all the way to this right here, and then whenever I was stitching, I would push the hat too far in, and what would happen is the needle would hit this. So I learned really quickly not to go too far over this right here, because the farther you go here, the farther the cap is going to be like this. So then you can feel it like right here. So that means you have to bring your needle up over here. But now I've learned by trial and error that you can't do that, right? So you get 2 of these. If you get the MT 1501, which is what I have, you get 2 of these that come with it. So this actually comes with it, and this piece right here, and then you just put it wherever you want to put it. And I like to straighten out the bill, make it as straight as I can. So that whenever I put it on here, line it up, clamp it down. So this is what I was talking about. Like if you look right here and you see how I could push this down, that piece that I was showing you a little while ago, it would be all the way out here. So whenever I was doing the embroidery, I thought that I could bring, as long as I wasn't hitting this, I thought I was good, right? So I said, okay, I'm good because it's not hitting this. But what it was doing is that metal piece that I just showed y'all, it was hitting that. So it would break the needle every single time, and I was like, frustrated, so frustrated. But it comes with it, you know what I mean? It's something you gotta learn, you know what I mean? And I'm getting there. We're getting there. So we're gonna throw this one on there next so you guys can see. Because so many people say stuff about the coma machines and that they don't work. You guys see, I didn't know nothing about this in January. January, we knew absolutely nothing about embroidery, and look at running it. So Danny, so these machines right here, I think 15,000 for something like this, 13, 15, somewhere around there. But with Racoma, you know, you can get 0% interest, low monthly payments, right? You go to the link in the description below. You can also get an additional $100 off of this, or if you get a multi-head, you can get like $200 off of one of those too. Once you get it, it's good. Hey Wesley, how's it going? The Wesleys, how's it going? But you don't have to get this one. You don't have to go with the MT1501. They do have other ones. All right, so don't think like, oh, I got to get something this big. I haven't done something to where I'm using every single color back there, right? All those little tiny ones that you see. Yeah, all those little tiny ones that you see, like those, they all come with the machine when you get it. These bigger ones right here, I have started adding those as we've been doing jobs. Like for this job right here, we're using a lot of brown and a lot of pink and a lot of blue. So I went and I ordered, you can see the brown, the blue, and the pink is like right there. And then there's some orange that we're using, which is that one for the cookies. But the cookies don't use that much. So we're good. It looks good though. This thing's coming out nice. You find a font? Oh. Y'all got questions about this, let me know. Yeah, research, always do your own research, you know what I mean? Before I got this one, I was already looking into getting one. I was already talking to the Racoma reps because I wanted to get a 2-head embroidery machine. But then we went with this one because, as you guys know, Racoma sponsored this one to me. So I could have got the 2-head because that's what I was planning on doing. I was already talking to the rep for a while on getting it, but then, you know what I mean? A payment and not a payment, which one would you take? You know what I mean? So this, you guys watch the Instagram stories or the YouTube stories. We're always doing stuff with this. I appreciate you being a part of it, Michael. Like it's, y'all see, I'm not making this up. You know what I mean? I ain't making this up. We're getting ready to do some stuff on sleeves too for somebody. We got, look at all this. So I got those shirts right there that we need to do by Friday. They came in today. They wanted them by Friday. Pushing it, right? I did those. If y'all watched YouTube stories yesterday, I finished all of those. Screen printed all those. All these right here for a job. I need to do those. I really need to get those done. I actually need to burn those screens. Maybe we could do that later on. Yeah. So yeah, we stay busy. We've been busy over here. My vinyl cutter. It's like the Graphtec, but it's not the Graphtec. It's exactly like it. Same concept, just a different vendor, I guess. A different maker. For these that we're doing, we're going to be using purple, sandy purple, sandy gold, and the new holographic stuff that we got at the vinyl stand. This stuff, we're going to be doing this one too. So, well, that thing just kills it over there. Look at it. Set it and forget it. As long as you got everything set right, it should run good, right? That's the way it should run. Let me pull up her email so I can see her drawing. After this one, I'm gonna do the red one. So these are for the employees. This one's for the wife. The owner of this store here, they wanted black and white hats, but the wife wanted a red and white one. So that one we're gonna do that. So let me put this one on there instead of that black one. What's up, man? Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. I probably bet next week I got some more.
Okay, we ordered extra hats too, so we have some here we need. Right? Like if you got something that just comes up all of a sudden, which ones do we get? They're like, oh, we're headed by here. Yeah. Yeah, so we have a whole bunch of, like these are extra, we just order extra. So like whenever I do someone's stuff and I mess it up, I got backup. But and then we ordered some of the ones that we were talking about the other day, the flex fit. We ordered some of those too. So if you got something that comes up last minute, just call on the way. Right. Appreciate it. Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah, you too. Done. So whenever you take it off, right? It's gonna look like that, but you gotta clean all this stuff up. All right, looks good on the inside. Clean all that up. So time it. Somebody time this. If you're gonna stick around, time this. If you're here, it's 8:17. Right, so the first thing you have to do whenever you do this is bring you down here. Show you how simple this is, right? So you can see everything right there. So we already have our design picked, right? If automatically, whenever you come in here, and you click what you're gonna be doing, right? We're doing this one. Let me double check. So we're doing the one with 16,000 stitches right here, right? And then we're gonna hit OK. Gotta take it out of embroidery. Well, we're good. So you do that and it's gonna put it in here. Take it out of embroidery status and then you can pick your file. We are doing this one, right? So we're gonna hit OK. loads it, we're good, right? And then you can come in here and pick your design. This is where you're gonna pick what you're gonna be using. We're using the cap, right? So we got our cap. We're gonna hit escape. I'm not gonna hit OK because what it would do is it would twist this and it would push this all the way back. And if I did that, you would hear a lot of grinding noises. I've learned that. You know what I mean? So don't do that because what it's gonna do is it's gonna shift this around because it's thinking that you just put it on there for the first time and you're gonna get ugly noises. Don't do it. All right. So then you got this there, right? Then you're gonna lock your machine or put it into embroidery status. And then what you want to do is there's a button right here, and basically what it's called is a trace. So what this is gonna do is when I hit this, it's gonna slide this all the way over to needle number 1. So let me show you what it did or what it's doing. I can't edit it in this one, right? All right, so you hold down needle number 1, and that's how you're gonna find where the middle of this design is gonna be set. So if I did this, right? If I did this and I started embroidering right here, the middle of the design would be here and the rest of it would spread out this way. All right, so we don't wanna do that. So we're gonna hold down needle number 1, and I wanna get it right down the middle of this seam, right? Because then we know it's in the middle. So we're right there's good, right? And then you wanna hit your trace again because you wanna make sure you're not gonna hit this. So we hit our trace, it's gonna do this, and it's gonna come down here. So we're good. I can go a little bit lower. You don't wanna go too low because you don't wanna press it from hitting something under there. So we'll go a little bit lower. We'll do another trace. We'll hold it down. And we're good. I'm gonna back it up just a little bit. This is where everything is key to doing embroidery because the last thing you wanna do is hit this because you hit that, you break the needle every single time. All right, so we're good. Our colors, my colors, if we look back up here, are already set. So if I click this, hopefully you can see it. My numbers here are already set with what I got back there. Not, this doesn't matter. This is what really matters, all right? So then we hit OK. Yeah, I like to start it off slow. So I like to start at about 500. I finished that piece off that we just did at 650. So we're at 500 now. Right there in the middle, we did our trace. We're good. Everything looks good. You hit start. It's going over to the first color, which is brown. This is where a lot of people have problems right here in the middle because the hat will bounce a lot. And you can get the needle to break. The needle could break if it hits there. So the reason it will break is because the needle doesn't come out of the hat, and the hat turns and it breaks the needle. So 8:17. So it's been 5 minutes, but I was showing y'all how to set it up. So if you started counting whenever I hit that first stitch right there, that's when it really started because I showed y'all a bunch of different things. So right here, you see how the hat will bounce a lot right here? That's where you have to be careful if you're going way too fast because then you could break a needle. That looks good. It's running good. $8.22. Okay. What do you do? I saw starting now at $8.19, starting at $8.22. I hear the sound of money. Levite, appreciate it. I'm glad you're here, Robert. Hey, Joe. What's up, man? How's it going? Hey, Robert, I'm good. We're good. We got we're swamped over here right now. We got all these caps. I was showing everybody. We got those caps to do. Right, we're doing this one. I've already done all these right here for them. They ordered a total of 12 of them. All of these. So we got those done. 6 plus the one I just did. 7. That's 8. Right? So that's number 8. 8. So I got 4 more to do. And then after that, I got all of these to do. All of these. All of those get this logo on it. And that's done with puff. Yes, I got your text. I want to write you back, but I want to write back. I want to think about what I'm going to say before I just say something. All right, it's positive. Don't worry. That's why I haven't wrote you back, but I did get your message. All right, I saw it. I'm just busy, but I will write you back. Promise you. Promise you. And then we did these. These took about 3 hours each one, running at about 750 stitches a minute. Those right there. So these are actually going to be big old patches. So we're going to cut these out, and then we're gonna sew them onto the back of their jackets. I already did the front of the jacket, but the back of this jacket is the breathable material. So look, it's stretchy, it's breathable. So whenever you embroider this thing, it will do this to you as you start embroidering it, right? So it was a lot better for us to put it on here, cut this out, put some sticky backing on here. I haven't even taken this stuff off yet. Here's the back, what it looks like now that we took it off, right? But like I said, we're gonna cut these out. Did you find a font? All right. Then we're gonna cut these out, make them look nice. We're gonna put a sticky backing on this. We're gonna heat press it back in onto this, and then heat press this. Shut up, Ramon. And then we're gonna heat press this onto the back of the jacket, and then sew this to the jacket. I want to give a shout out to Ramon the Cholo, the fake Raiders fan. He's been a big help when it comes to all this stuff. You guys know Ramon. You guys know Ramon. He's always on everybody's lives. Rise, Liberty Graphics, mine. So, and then whenever I have a question, I just give him a call, and he's like, "Do this, do that, do this." I don't even call Racoma. I call him. He's my help desk. So I just bumped it up to 600. Bumped it up to 600 stitches per minute. I can go up to like it's 800, but you got to be careful. You got to be careful with caps. And I've learned that. I've learned that. I have one of these. I have one of these here somewhere. I want to show you that I messed it up. Because I ain't perfect. I'll tell you that. I bought the scissors, but you're gonna come in here and clean all this stuff up. I bought those little angle scissors. My sister-in-law bought them for me, but I don't know what I did with them. I just saw them a little while ago. We're gonna do a couple hats, and then we're gonna get out of here. I just want to. So many people have so much stuff to say about Rokoma and their machines. Even when I put out a video of something that I've done, right? They're like, yeah, I did puff with this. And what better way to show how it's gonna run than right now while we're here, right? So you guys see it. Yeah, I did this right here. I did this. All those hats in that box that I was just showing you, all of that's got to be done. So you buy stuff like this. This is how it does puff. You got to, whoever does your, yeah, definitely. This is what you need to do puff. This stuff right here. So then you get with your, if you're doing your own digitizing, you digitize it for this puff, right? So the guy that I get my digitizing done through, you guys can find his link in the any of the posts that I put on Instagram, right? So he does all my digitizing for me. These guys like the thicker puff. They like the thicker puff like this. Believe it or not, this right here is actually the same size as this right here. Then I take my, oh, it's running out. I got another one. And then whatever doesn't come up, I use this to, so I can't find those other, and from what I heard, it tightens up whatever might be loose. I don't know. It tightens up the stitches on there. Looks good. Finished the brown. Now it's moving on to the ice cream cone. Now it's going to start doing the ice cream cone. And then you take, I always take this piece and put it back in there for the customer. Just like this. Did I have that font? Put it back in there. Add it to the table. I need to find those scissors. Those little scissors will get all this little, like that E right there. You can get that fine stuff right there. I'm gonna let this run for a second. Doing the cookies now. What's up? What we got? All right, Ramon, appreciate you stopping by. A topping. What up? Yeah, my knowledge is always free. I ain't gonna start no red channel or green channel or blue channel. I ain't gonna write no books. I started this to give out information, and it's gonna stay that way. One thing you want to do is, if you look right here, right there, there's a screw right there, and there's a screw on the other side. That's the only thing that's holding this cap driver when it turns and all that. So if you don't get these, if you don't snug these tight enough, what's going to happen is this thing will come off. I had it happen to me one time. That's all it takes is one time. It happens one time, it won't happen again. Bumped it up to 650. Is it working now? Let it run. That's a good thing about the machine. If it's running good, when it's running good, you can just let it run and not have to worry about it. Peace out, Ramon. G6, what's going on? If you're still here, my fault. Yeah, hey Wesley, I've always wanted one, but I didn't know how it would go when I got one. You know what I mean? And now that I have one, I wish I would have did it earlier because, like, we stay so busy with it. This thing runs a lot. It's constantly running. It's like maybe two something a month, if even that, depending on your credit or whatever it is. So you should check them out. Check them out. Like I said, there's a link down in the description. You guys click it. It'll take you to your Rakoma's page. You fill out the information. One of their reps will then get in touch with you. And then from there, they'll give you all the information that you need. You don't have to get this one. They have the MT1010, which is 10 needles, I believe. This is the MT15, so this one has 15 needles. The MT1010 probably has 10 needles. Appreciate it, Robert. Yeah, give him a shot. You know what I mean? There's I guess there's other people out there that have machines. Nice. Yeah, Anatol's backed up right now. That's because they're. I actually reached out to the guy that I got my stuff from, and I was talking to him and letting him know about another customer that had emailed me saying that he wanted this stuff. If I recommended anybody any other screen printing setups because he wanted one, but Anatol was actually backed up like 14 weeks. So it's crazy, and it's because of the whole COVID thing. But that's what's up, Robert. I appreciate that. I don't buy the snapbacks. Everybody where I live here, they all want Richardson hats. Everybody here wants Richardson hats. Corned beef and beer time. All right, take it easy. Nice. Yeah, I've had a couple people call over here and ask me about the machines. Even the rep, when I was talking to him, he was telling me that he appreciates everything that I've done because a lot of people have reached out to them and said that they've seen my stuff that I put out for them. So that's cool. So this is where now it's doing the bottom of the cap over here, and this is where this is where you have to watch it, because if you go too low, like I said, if you go too low down here towards this ring and that little piece is sticking out, if you go too low and this piece right here is your cap is pushed too far to this right here, right? This right here the needle will hit this and it's gonna break every single time. But it's doing good. We're at 650 stitches and we're going right across the middle of it right now. A lot of people say they have a problem with Richardson hats. I haven't had none. Appreciate it, Michael. Use that link because it'll save you some money also. By you using that link down there, it'll save you $100 on a single head or $200 on a multi-head if you decide to do that. There's also a link down there too for Racoma if you guys want to get a heat press or something. They just gave me a referral code from Racoma that'll get you guys, if you order something from them, it'll get you 10% off too. 10% off of any of their heat presses that they carry. And the reason I wanted to do this is because there's another guy that uses the same machine. And people tell me, why did I pick this? Why did I go with this? This is a Chinese one. This is from overseas. I should have went with an American one. The American one is better, and everybody has problems with this one, and this one's a piece of junk, and blah, 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 blah. And so then I asked that person, I'm like, well, tell me your personal experience using this machine. And they didn't tell me nothing. All they said was, it's what I've heard. It's what I've heard. Right? It's what I've heard, whatever. You guys are seeing it, right? I don't have nothing to hide from nobody. I've always been transparent with everybody. Tell you straight up how it is. I told you Anatol sponsored me. I didn't hide it. I didn't try to BS anybody about that. Same thing with this, you know what I mean? And all of this, like I say, all of this happened because of YouTube and because of the people that watch my videos. You know what I mean? So for that reason, I will never sell you a book. I will never try to make another page to where you have to come and watch me do this. And if you want to know something, then I'll tell you how to do it, but you got to pay me a monthly fee of $10 or $20 a month to know. No, that's not me. You guys have helped me put me in this position to be able to do what I do. The least I could do is give back to you guys by doing this. Stitched right across the middle of that. So everybody has problems with this piece right here. This piece right here, because of the double stitching on the inside. Because the needle, when it's going through this, the needle can fly through all of this right here. But whenever it's hitting here, it's going through and it's like doubled up. Since it's doubled up in here, sometimes the needle, if the needle can break, and you guys can see it right here. We're flying through it. We're going at, you can see that. I'll bring you down a little bit. 600 and, I don't know if you can see that. I'm trying to look. Yeah, there we are. 650 stitches a minute. We're flying through this thing. Let's see. Yeah, and that's what people tell me, like, oh, you went with one from overseas. You should have went with a Melco. A Melco is American made. It doesn't matter where it's made, as long as it runs good. That's all I care about. You know what I mean? If it runs good and it could do this and bring in this, you know what I mean? Come on. Yeah, Robert. Hey, no problem, Robert. I appreciate. I'm telling you, you guys don't understand how much I appreciate all of you that follow me this journey. Whether you just started following me or you've been here from the very beginning. Whenever I unboxed this heat press, matter of fact, this heat press right there, that one, I still use it. It's still the same one. A lot of people were like, oh, you shouldn't have bought that. You bought it on eBay and it's one from overseas and it's gonna burn your house down. It's gonna catch fire. December 2017, I bought that press. Still runs, still heats. Does everything I needed to do, and I paid a lot less for that 16 by 20 than you will pay for a 16 by 20 that has a name brand to it. I think I paid $300 for that. $300. You go buy a 16 by 20 that's name brand, you're paying $1,000 for it easily. Hey Charles, no problem. No problem. We're trying to do some. We got more that we're doing today too. We got some stuff that we're gonna do. So after this cap right here, I'm gonna get out of here because we got some stuff that we're doing for this lady that brought it in last minute. Let me show you. She needs them done by Friday. So we gotta get this stuff drawn up. We gotta get everything drawn up, ready to go, because we gotta do. It's like 40 something shirts. All these masks. All of this stuff right here. She came in here. She came into the shop saying she wanted to screen print it, but I told her there's not enough time to screen print it if you need it by Friday, right? So, being with what we got going on, so then she's changed it up when she saw the embroidery, and she's like, "I want everything embroidered." So now we're gonna do that. We're gonna embroider everything for her. I'm just waiting for the digitizer. He's been messaging me, so he probably already sent the images, but we're gonna look at that. 2890, appreciate it. Hey, you're here now, Robert. That's all that matters. I appreciate it. You paid $300 for what? That heat press, that one right there. That one, like 300 and something. A long time ago when I first started. $300 for that 16 by 20. How's it look? That's what I'm saying. You gotta just send her what I did, and be like, how does this look? Because we'll be here all night trying to figure out the font. You know what I mean? Send her one and just see what she says. It's like when a customer comes in and they're like, we're trying to do, let me show you. Put it on your desk right there. I stuck it to your desk. Check under your keyboard. So what? So we're trying to find out what a customer wants. She wants like the font. They want to put this motivational group onto their sleeve, right? But she said she wants the font to match her shirt, right? So that's when it gets hard, because what if I don't have the font that she exactly wants? Is that it?
I'm just gonna cut it.
Okay. And that's what makes it hard, is because I don't like going back and forth with somebody and being like, how does this look? 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 Going back and forth over and over, trying to figure that out. Yeah, so see, get your ends up. He's been here a while. He's been here from the beginning. I've actually talked to him. I can't lie. I bought an expensive Night DK20, but I love it. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, Robert. I want to get the ultimate one that I want to get is the one from, what is it called? Hotronics. That's the one I want, with the big lever, or the one with the air. You just press it and it does the air, it does the pressure, it does everything for you. That's what I really want. That's the one I want. So we're at 13,000. We're about to hit 14,000 stitches. This is 16,800 stitches. So we're gonna see. Connie, can you show me a hat press? I don't have a cap press. I have one at the store, Connie, but I don't have one here. We have it at the vinyl stand. I don't have one here at this store. I need to get one though. And then we just bought a new mug press for our store too. But I don't. All I have here is the heat press. That's it. Sorry. Oh, the heat press. Did I say? Oh, I don't know why I read hat. I'm dumb. This is it right here. 16 by 20. So I put this in here because this is the thing that goes underneath it. And I thought this was going out. I thought my heat press was going out. But what happened was, if you see this right here, I pressed a sublimation tile on here. I pressed a sublimation tile on here, and whenever I did that, it made an indentation in here. So if you can see, I don't know if you can see that. So whenever this was on here, it sits actually lower than the rest of this. So whenever we would heat press something, it wouldn't get hot and it wouldn't stick. So I had to take this out. This used to be as big as this, but the dog chewed up one corner, so I just took it out. So that's the 16 by 20 that I have. This one's 16, 20 this way, 16 that way. And it's been good since I first got it. It hasn't given me no problems. Hey Rebecca, how's it going? We're just doing a little show and tell with the MT1501. This is almost complete. 2,000 more stitches. It's finishing up the end of it right here. It is, Connie. No, it's not a slide out. needles, just in case. If one breaks, just in case. I leave them there just in case, because it happens. Randomly, it'll just, like, something will happen and you gotta fix the needle. It's the nature of the beast when it comes to doing embroidery. Hey, do me a favor, hit that thumbs up before we get out of here. This thing is almost done. We're at 16,000. We got 15,700 right now. We're almost there. So whenever you do embroidery, they say you gotta, like, they have these little things right here. And Narcoma will send you these little clips right here to tie all these down to make sure they stay in there or whatever. I've never done it. I mean, I did do it in the beginning, but I don't do it anymore. I usually just leave it out. As y'all can see, look at this one. If you go back and watch the video with the other one that I did before this, it was the same way. I didn't even have this thing connected. It was just like floating on there. So see, I can come all the way to about right here. And right here is where I feel that metal piece. And that's what you want to avoid. Whenever you do this, look, this is what you want to hear right here. That's success. That means you are done when you hear that. So what is our time? Looks good. What's our time?
What was it, 8:17?
Yeah. Yeah, appreciate it, Robert. Robert, I did. And that's, you have to, if you're going to get something like this, and it's with anything, vinyl, you got to learn how to do vinyl. You have to learn how to do, you're getting into screen printing. Same thing. You got to learn that. 35 minutes. 35 minutes ain't bad. You just got to get in there and mess with it. You know what I mean? It's a learning process. I'm not going to tell you it's not. You know what I mean? I'm not going to tell you I got the machine and right away I tore it up. You know what I mean? And the reason you have to do the trace and the center line every time is because whenever you put it on that cap ring over there, the hat will adjust every time that you pull that strap across and you tighten it. So every time you bring it back over here, it's going to be around the same spot, but it's on this one, it's to the left a little bit. So I'm just going to bring it over, trace it again. And it's good. So I'm going to go back down to about, I'll do 550 this time. And we're going to start the next one. just here's another thing to know, a real quick tip. When you get into, if you get into embroidery, here's something that you definitely want to know is whenever you're doing caps, let whoever knows, whoever's doing your digitizing, whoever's doing your caps, let them know that you need the digitizing done for a cap, because digitizing for a cap is different for digitizing for a shirt. If you're getting something done on polyester, let them know. Be like, hey, this is going on polyester shirts, so that they can digitize it for polyester shirts. What else do I got? Puff. If you're doing puff, let them know that you are doing something for puff. Let them know. See, now the guy that does my digitizing is calling me. He's not the way. But yeah, let them know. Whatever you're doing, you gotta let them know. I'm doing digitizing for caps. That was one. I'm doing digitizing for shirts. That's another one. Right? I'm doing digitizing for puff. The stitches on this are a lot different. The stitch from here jumps from one side to the other, and it creates that look. It'll create that look for you, to give it look at making it look like it's puffed, like it's puffed out of the hat, right? So you gotta let them know that, hey, I'm doing puff design. I'm doing this cap that I'm doing is for puff, so that they can digitize it for puff, right? So those are some of the quick tips that I can give you guys about embroidery in 1 hour. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. We gotta finish this design so that we can start on those shirts. The guy that does my digitizing just gave me a call. He probably already finished digitizing those shirts that I was telling you about. So we got to start doing those tonight. So this is probably going to be the last cap that I do for that. And then we're going to start running some of those. And once we see the design, everything's right, I'll post some stuff on YouTube stories. I'll put some stuff on Instagram so you guys can check it out, right? But in all, it looks good. Hit that thumbs up for me. Who is your digitizer? I don't even know his name. It's ARUM. He's from overseas, but he does really good work for me. So I stick with him. Every day I have people wanting to digitize stuff for me, but I already have someone. I know his work, and we work good together. So if I need something, and he'll do it for me right away, and that's the good thing. So check him out. If you go to my Instagram, you go to any of my Instagram posts, the post that I just put on Instagram tonight, Fred. Go on there and go. Yeah, Fred, check him out. Go on there. Go to Instagram. Go to Hard Hustle Printing. I just put a post. I took a picture of this and put a post saying that we're going to be here live. Go over there and then if you scroll down, it says all digitizing by at, and it's like ARUM, something like that. So go check him out. He does really good work. As you guys can see, he did this for me. So this looks good. And if there's anything that is wrong with it, you just let him know and he fixes it right away. Right? So same thing with the puff. Whenever he did the puff for me the first time, I didn't know nothing about puff, and whenever he set it up to as soon as it started, it just started stitching the puff back and forth. And then people that do this, that I follow and they follow me on Instagram, were like, hey, make sure you tell them to do a tack. And what that does is you put your puff on there, it runs the image, and what it does is it holds your puff in place so that it can go back and then puff your image. So stitch your image to puff. Right? So all right, I'm gonna get out of here. So I appreciate you guys for everything. Beast mode, right? Right. Everybody that says all this crazy stuff about Racoma, if you haven't tried the machine, if you haven't actually put your hands on one of these machines, then you really can't say anything. And that's the whole reason why I was like, let's go live tonight, because one of the hardest things, one of the most hardest things to do is caps, right? And with the help of Ramon, the help of Sean from SE Shirts and Hoodies, I've they've helped me be successful when it comes to doing caps. No, Rodrigo, you can get it done through me. So, well, yeah, you if you want to get something done, you send it to me, and then we'll get it done for you, and then we just add the price into it. Exactly. There you go. See, Fred, it doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. People been telling me why you get this. You should have bought American made. But exactly like Fred said, you know what I mean? He's doing the same thing, and if it's doing this, and you're getting good results, and the customer's happy, all that matters is like Fred said. If it makes money, it's all good. No matter what machine you're using, all right? Appreciate it. Yep. So I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you guys, all of you guys that if you're here for the first time, or if you just found the channel like Robert, I appreciate you guys. But yeah, if you, Fred, check out my Instagram. Go check out the digitizer that I use. He does really good work. All right. All right. Thank you guys. And until next time, I'll be posting stuff all night while I'm on YouTube stories and Instagram stories. So you guys, appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And until next time, keep pressing.